Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So today I'm talking about experiencing physical health, and it's an exciting topic for this for me, because I have had a period of not experiencing very good physical health. So a little bit of the backstory is that, as you probably know, I burnt out in 2015 when I was a primary school head teacher. It didn't work for a year because I was so ill, really, is the only way to describe it. Burnout is not very well recognised by the NHS, I don't think. And I was being treated a lot of the time for depression. But I always had this sense that there was something deeply physical about what was wrong with me. Something deeply like exhausted. I just felt exhausted, and my body didn't feel like it really wanted to participate in life very well because I was so exhausted. And that after I came out the other side of that, I did still get exhausted very, very easily. So I would go for a long walk, and then for a few days after that, I would just feel flat. So we got into a habit, particularly during lockdown, of walking long distances, maybe sort of 10 miles over the weekend. And we had to change doing the walk from Sunday to Saturday because I started to feel absolutely shattered and couldn't really function on a Monday in terms of getting things done in my business. And that's gone on for quite some time. And I suppose the first thing I want to say about that is, please don't wait. If you're noticing that you're getting exhausted really easy, that you're feeling exhausted more of the time, that even if you have a really good rest over the weekend, you still don't seem to bounce back. Even if you have like a weekend off from the kids or from work or from life in general and go off to a spa, that you come back and within days you're feeling shattered again. Those are the signs that your body is not able to replenish itself because it's so tired. And there's something here about listening, which I didn't do. That's all. People kept asking me if I was okay. Like at the doctor, I would go to the doctors because for the final few months before I finally crashed out, my sleep was absolutely horrendous. I would sleep for 3 to 5 hours a night, and I was absolutely tired out. And I kept going to the doctors and they kept saying, "Are you okay?" And I would just say, "You just need to make me sleep and then I'll be fine." You know, it was like I literally felt like if somebody hit me over the head with a blunt instrument and I managed to sleep the night, that I would be fine, that I would wake up fine. And I don't even think that was true. I don't even think that if my sleep at that point had somehow magically, if I'd found the right pill or potion, which I was trying many of, that I would have suddenly been able to sleep, that it would have sorted it out, because I don't think it really works like that. There are some people who are burning out who I'm sure are sleeping really well and still waking up feeling exhausted. So that's the first thing, is just to listen to your body, because your head will be saying, you need to do more, you need to be more, there's more people that need your help, and you must do this and that and the other. Your body will be saying that, but your mind will be saying that, and your body will be screaming at you to stop. Because I know it is. I know it's telling you to stop. And it's telling you often in very subtle ways. It's telling you by making you feel tired and you pushing through that and ignoring it. Your body will be telling you, giving you clues. Whatever your clues are, you just need to tune into them. But often we don't do that because the head looks like it's running the show, and that it's very clever and very intellectual, and that it knows the right thing to do. But what's really exciting about this conversation, I think, is that when you start to see that the body is the truth and the thinking is just the stuff that you've learnt. So, for example, at some point you've maybe learnt not to say no. Or maybe you've learnt that you're less important than other people. Or maybe you learnt to be a good girl or a good boy, maybe. And you were brought up with this. So, I must do. Maybe there's some things around how worthy you feel when you do things and get things done. And so that means that you do more than is actually physically good for you. And also for me, that also included control, because I felt that if I got all these things in my life under control, if I got ahead, if I got everything wrapped up, that there would be a point at which I would be on top of things and that I would feel better. If all these things are sorted out, Claire will feel okay, that kind of thing. So that was a huge part of the journey there. Whatever it is for you that's causing you to work too late, to keep going when you're tired, to do more than is actually humanly possible. And the reason we know it's not humanly possible is that we burn out. It's just, or maybe for you, it's to do with noticing the speed of your thinking. If you're running at 200 miles per hour all the time in your thinking, you will be exhausted. Your body and mind cannot sustain that. It's not possible. So that's the first piece. It's just, I don't like to be a doom and gloom warning person, but you in the present moment, which is the only reality, your body is clear about what you need, and your head will try and scoot you away from that. Scoot perhaps isn't the best word, but that's the one that came to mind just then. So what's wonderful actually about what I've seen around physical health, this is the other end of this piece today, is that excuse me, that it's experienced through our thinking. And I have to say, I have this really curious feeling or curiosity, I suppose, around that, because there is clearly a physiological form here. There's a body with functioning things and hormones flowing or not flowing so much these days, and all that going on. And then there's my experience of it. And what I have noticed, the reason I decided to do this particular session today is because I'm on my way in Cornwall, and we just added it up. Then we did 36 miles of walking over the last week or so, and 36 miles of cycling. We did all that in one day, by the way, so we can hardly sit down now. But we've been very physically active, and just a short period of time ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I would have needed to rest a lot more than that. I couldn't have been on my feet and active. And I still feel, excuse me, we're going to Tintagel Castle today, and I still feel, I don't know why I just yawned when I was just about to say, I still feel energized, but I still feel fine physically. I don't feel that dreaded exhaustion that I used to feel. So there's a physical body doing things and having things and being things. And then there's our experience of it. So I don't know now whether my physical health has naturally improved over time because I've taken more care with my diet and I've looked after myself better and that kind of thing, or whether my thinking about my symptoms has changed. So one of the examples is that when I felt tired, or when I felt that kind of dragging down, I used to think I couldn't do things. So I would sit on the sofa and not do anything. And now if I do have a glimpse of it, first of all, I don't think it really matters. And second of all, I don't let it stop me. So there's a piece there around not feeling like I've got to feel a certain way to do things, which is really interesting to me, because I really thought in order to be motivated to do things that I had to have a certain feeling, a certain amount of sleep, a certain amount of things. Now, this might sound like the flip side of what I was saying before about our looking after ourselves, but to me it isn't, because I am tuned in more now to my body. And if it really is, if I really have had too much, I'll have a nap. I'm not adverse to a nap on a Monday afternoon. So what I'm seeing around this is there's a space here. There's my physiological body and my experience of my physiological body, and that those two things are not necessarily aligned. Like what my physiological body is doing, and then my experience through my thinking is creating what I actually experience. I mean, a great example of it is that I used to have, I've seemed to have nearly stopped them now, but I had hot flushes for a while. I'm 51, but through the menopause now. I'm nearly 2 years through. And gosh, that's scary. I didn't realize it was 2 years. No, 2 years. But when I had hot flushes, I just laugh about it. I just used to laugh about it. Like I would say to Bruce, if you feel because mine always used to start in the small of my back and like around my stomach area, I would say to him, "Oh, touch that, you can fry an egg on it now," because it's so hot. So my humour around it has been good, I think, and has caused me to have a different experience of it. So there's quite a lot in this session to contemplate, but if you do want to talk about any of it with me, do reach out, because that's always fun to do. Yeah, that's it. Experiencing physical health. I'm experiencing a lot more of it. Whether it's there or not, I don't know. Fun to explore. Lots of love. Take care. Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.